Yeah, today, March 1st, 2025. Y'all gotta stop capping on me, man. The only reason I look overweight in that picture.
After Canelo Alvarez helped Errol Spence in preparation for his upcoming rematch with Terence Crawford, Crawford responded with some strong remarks. He mocked their partnership, stating that Canelo would face the same outcome as Spence did when they meet in the ring 5 months from now. Crawford found the alliance amusing and didn't see Spence as a real challenge, no matter the situation. Taking to social media, Crawford criticized both Canelo and Spence, suggesting their efforts were pointless, that Spence's collaboration with Canelo was meant to boost his chances against Crawford by combining insights from another high-profile fighter. While Crawford didn't initially react strongly, it was Canelo's post-training comments that triggered him. After the training session, Canelo made a bold claim regarding Crawford's undefeated record, stating that Crawford had essentially been beaten by Madrimov when moving up in weight. He also warned that Crawford should brace himself for a harsher defeat this time around.
Man, I stay fit, man. You did? Yes, sir. And it's not tucked in. It's tucked in. I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So, you know, I'll be going for Bud, you know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but
Back in August of last year, Crawford made a cautious move up to the 154-pound division to challenge WBA title holder Israel Madrimov. The bout was challenging and marked the end of Crawford's impressive streak of 11 consecutive stoppage victories, as he secured a win through a unanimous decision over the Uzbek champion. Though Crawford was declared the winner, the contest was tight, and Madrimov did his best to make it a complicated encounter. Following the match, Eddie Hearn, Madrimov's promoter, commented that Crawford hadn't done enough to truly claim the belt. This view is echoed by Canelo Alvarez, who told reporters that he personally believes Crawford either lost or, at best, earned a draw. "I think he lost," Canelo said. "Maybe it was a draw. It could have gone either way. Now he understands why weight classes exist."
Crawford, I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't?
Based on CompuBox statistics, Crawford landed just 11 more punches than Madrimov by the end of the fight. However, he managed to outscore him in 7 of the 12 rounds. Crawford also maintained a higher output, throwing a total of 433 punches compared to Madrimov's 275. The official judges scored the contest 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 113, all in favor of Crawford, also known as Bud. Since then, Madrimov has faced a setback after losing to Errol Ortiz Jr. by decision, which has stalled his climb back to championship contention. As Canelo prepares for his next bout against Skull in the coming weeks, Crawford remains dedicated to his training. His focus on adding 14 pounds to his frame in the most effective way possible, aiming to secure what could be one of the most significant wins of his era.
Is there ever a possibility where you would rematch Errol Spence? Or is he in a position where he needs to win again before that makes sense for you?
The possibility is there.
Boxing fans around the world have been eagerly waiting for Errol Spence Jr.'s return to the ring. Once hailed as one of the sport's brightest stars, the truth has been out of action for over a year since his tough loss to Terence Crawford. Spence's journey back hasn't been easy. Despite ongoing speculation and talk of his comeback, no official fight had been announced for months. At one point, rumors of his retirement began circulating, though Spence was quick to shut those down. Still, questions about his future remained unanswered now. After a long period of uncertainty, there seems to be a glimmer of hope. Oscar De La Hoya has stepped forward with what could be an ideal opportunity for Spence's return. De La Hoya's top prospect, Errol Ortiz Jr., is riding high after a strong win over Israel Madrimov and looks eager to take his career to the next level. However, after back-to-back matches, De La Hoya is considering slowing things down slightly for Ortiz, possibly setting the stage for a strategic, high-profile fight, perhaps against Spence.
Door, for his title. I'm fighting for a title. And there's the possibility. He win his fight, God willing. I win my fight, God willing. And there's a possibility, right?
In a recent conversation with Fight Hype TV, veteran promoter Oscar De La Hoya, 52, revealed plans to host a special homecoming bout for Virgil Ortiz Jr., potentially at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Virgil has gone through 2 challenging fights, and that takes a toll not just on the body, but on the mind too, De La Hoya said. I'm thinking of organizing a big return event for him in Dallas, letting him face a top 10 contender, then aiming for Fundura and eventually going after Crawford, once he drops back down to 154 after facing Canelo at 168. De La Hoya's concerns for Ortiz are understandable, given the level of competition he's faced. But this situation has also opened the door for Errol Spence Jr., as De La Hoya sees him as the perfect opponent for Ortiz's next big fight. Not only that, De La Hoya assured that if the fight materializes, it will come with a lucrative payday.
You'd put Virgil Ortiz on that undercard with a view to then fighting Crawford maybe after that?
That's a great idea. You're a promoter now. You're a matchmaker. Let's go. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Look, having these types of fights on one night is just great for boxing. That's it. So imagine that. Wow.
There are plenty of potential matchups for Virgil Ortiz Jr., and promoter Oscar De La Hoya seems excited about them. Just imagine a showdown between Virgil and Errol Spence at the Cowboys Stadium in Dallas. It would sell out in no time, he said. That's definitely something to think about. Ultimately, the choice lies with Spence, as this could be the perfect opportunity for him to stage a major comeback. Facing a rising star in the welterweight division in front of a packed stadium, followed by a long-awaited title bout, would be an ideal path forward. Last year, there was significant buzz around a possible matchup between Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence. The fight promised fireworks and had fans hyped. However, the World Boxing Organization did not approve the bout as a title contest, and the plan was dropped as a result. Fundora, despite winning a world title, found himself inactive for nearly a year. Still, he hasn't given up. In a recent interview with Boxing Scene, Fundora expressed his enthusiasm for the Spence fight, saying, "Of course I want that fight," showing he's ready to step into the ring and settle unfinished business.
I believe maybe that you'd put Virgil Ortiz on that undercard with a view to then fighting Crawford maybe after that?
That's a great idea. You're a promoter now. You're a matchmaker. Let's go. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Look, having these types of fights on one night is just great for boxing. That's it. So imagine that. Wow. Crawford.
Sebastian Fundora couldn't hide his frustration over the way things have unfolded in recent months. It's a big fight, a huge fight. But of course, it didn't happen, he sighed. After the setback, Fundora, the unified super welterweight champion, bounced back with a strong performance. On March 22nd, he successfully defended his title by securing a 4th-round technical knockout over Cordell Booker. Following that victory, it seems likely that Fundora will next face the World Boxing Organization's top-ranked contender, Xander Zayas. While many variables are in play, if everything aligns, we could see a potential clash between Fundora and Errol Spence Jr. in late 2025 or early 2026. However, all of this hinges on how Spence feels and when he chooses to make his return. Until then, these plans remain just hopes and aspirations.
Hello, Virgil. I mean, it'll be the Super Bowl of boxing.
If you are waiting around on that, who is it that you're going to match him with?
I don't know. I have to literally go back to the office and just figure it out. So, yeah, Virgil winning here in Riyadh was huge against Madrimov, the beast.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are set to meet in a blockbuster fight later this year. Both are widely considered 2 of the top pound-for-pound boxers in the world, making the upcoming bout highly anticipated. That Alvarez's only 2 career losses came at the hands of Floyd Mayweather and Dmitry Bivol. However, Jay Prince, Mayweather's former manager, believes Crawford will add a 3rd defeat to Alvarez's record. The fight is expected to be contested at super middleweight, which means Crawford will need to move up 2 weight classes, as his last fight was at 154 pounds.
The beast. Wow, the beast. I truly feel that Virgil now is on a different level.
Final one from me. What did you say to Eddie Hearn in the aftermath of that win tonight?
No, good, just good fight. That's it. I mean, I think I'm 0-20 now. So, or no, Eddie's 0-20. I think he's 0-4 or 5 with me. So it's okay. We're just chipping away. We're gonna have losses too. We're gonna have wins too. But I think tonight.
While Alvarez will have the weight advantage, Jay Prince believes Terence Crawford possesses the skills to secure the win. In an interview with Sean Ziddle, Prince stated, "I believe Crawford can beat Canelo. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Crawford is one of those fighters." However, Prince was careful not to speak ill of Alvarez, adding, "Of course, we can't say anything negative about Canelo because he is one of the best, top 2. But that's just my opinion."
Is that both fighters came out good. Everything's good. Virgil won. Great fights. Great night for boxing.
This is the final one. You spoke to me the other day. You said that Virgil's first fight, he said to Jerry Jones, he's going to sell it out.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a reality?
Absolutely. 1,000%.
Jay Prince dismissed concerns that gaining extra weight would affect Crawford's performance, saying, "I don't believe the weight will be a factor. Crawford has no signs of wear and tear from what I've seen over the years while watching him spar and in the ring. He knows exactly what he's doing." Canelo Alvarez is a powerful fighter who has spent considerable time competing at super middleweight, so he has a better feel for the division compared to Crawford, who fights at a lower weight class. That being said, Crawford is as skilled as they come. However, before Crawford can set his sights on Alvarez, Canelo must first take care of business against William Skull on May 3rd. With a win against Skull, Alvarez will aim to reclaim his position as the undisputed super middleweight champion. Terence Crawford has never backed down from a challenge, and now it seems his next fight could be the biggest of his career. Talks are intensifying for a potential September showdown with Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds, a fight that would bring together two of the greatest pound-for-pound boxers in a clash that could define this era of boxing.
Okay. Hey, John, I don't have much time left with you, so I appreciate the time that I've gotten with you. I'm curious to get your insight on a fight coming up between Terence Crawford and Canelo in September. Crawford's moving up a few weight classes to meet Canelo. Just your insight. How does Crawford cross that bridge? How does he nullify the weight difference and get a win against Canelo?
I don't know,
Not everyone is fully convinced by the idea just yet, especially Jaron Boots Ennis, one of boxing's most exciting rising stars. Ennis is gearing up for his own challenge against Amantas Stenionis this weekend. Despite that, he found time to share his thoughts on the growing hype surrounding the potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, but is not offering any blind endorsements. In a recent interview with Fight Hub TV, Ennis raised concerns about Crawford moving up 2 full weight classes. He suggested, "I think Crawford should have a warm-up fight at 160 just to get a feel for what it's like against a bigger opponent." Ennis didn't hold back when discussing the challenge Crawford faces. Canelo has been at that weight for a while, knocking out bigger guys. Crawford is smaller, and Canelo has been taking down opponents who come in around 200 pounds on fight night. The reality is that while Alvarez may not be a natural super middleweight, he has consistently hurt and finished fighters who are much larger than Crawford. This is a fact that isn't lost on those who understand the intricacies of boxing.
That's like a 50-50, 60-40. You gotta lean towards Canelo because he's been at that weight for a long time now, and he been pitting big guys out and things like that. Crawford a little smaller. So I don't know. We gotta see how it play out come whenever they fight. When they supposed to fight, September or something like that.
September.
Yeah, we gotta see how it play out. We don't know. It's boxing. But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before,
others in the boxing community have shared similar concerns. Timothy Bradley told Boxing Scene that while Crawford may be the most well-rounded fighter currently, the size difference is something that can't be overlooked. It's a real jump. Bradley said Crawford, however, has never lacked confidence. On Max on Boxing, he made it clear, "I'll fight anybody at any weight." That's what greatness is about. For fans, this type of mindset is exactly what makes this potential matchup so exciting. The big question remains, can elite skill overcome elite size and power? Crawford may be one of the best technicians boxing has ever seen, But if he goes directly into a fight with Canelo, he'll be facing it with no room for mistakes. Canelo has also been in a number of major fights against the likes of Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and Sergey Kovalev. 3 of those bouts were against his longtime rival, Gennady Golovkin.
Big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60, maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So,
Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin faced each other over a span of 5 years, with their first encounter taking place in September 2017, which ended in a controversial majority draw. Many believe that the Kazakh star should have won that fight. A rematch took place a year later, with Canelo securing a narrow points victory. The third bout in 2022 was arguably the most definitive of the 3, as Alvarez won comfortably on points. Recently, Canelo signed a 4-fight deal with Riyadh Season, with the first fight of this major contract scheduled for May 3rd. On this date, he will face IBF super middleweight champion William Skull in a bid to reclaim the title of undisputed super middleweight champion. One individual who has had first-hand experience in preparing a fighter to face the Mexican legend is Errol Sanchez. Sanchez coached Gennady Golovkin in 2 of his bouts against Canelo in 2017 and 2018, respectively.
I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
Veteran boxing trainer Errol Sanchez spoke with Fight Hub TV and shared his thoughts on several potential matchups in the sport. One of the notable discussions was about the anticipated fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, where Sanchez explained why he thinks the challenge might be too much for Crawford. Talking about the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, he said, "Honestly, I think it's a ridiculous fight. Crawford is too small. In my opinion, Canelo is the face of boxing right now. Just look at his track record. It's a good fight for a short period, but Crawford's hand speed, like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, was clear early on. But as the fight goes on, Canelo will start to wear him down. I think the fight will end somewhere between the 9th and 12th round. Anything Canelo hits him with will hurt him. Crawford won't be able to catch him early because of the foot speed and hand speed. Crawford is a great fighter at his weight class, 154, but when he fought Madrimov in his last fight, we saw how much the weight difference mattered. No matter how much weight Crawford gains, moving up to 168 will make a significant difference."
Really think because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54, when he fought Madrimov in his last fight, showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168.
How you feeling? What's been going on, Terrence? Talk to us for a little bit.
I got somewhere to go, man.
Yeah. Can we follow you for just the time being?
Yeah.
Hey guys, you guys are supposed to do interviews over there.
Yep. Cool.
Don't talk to him.
Mario, don't I got an interview with you?
They haven't told me that. I would love to have an interview. I haven't had an interview with you, a proper interview, in a year and a half.
What's up, man? What you got?
What's up, bro?
Don't get the cold, man.
Yeah.
Errol Sanchez criticized the potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, calling it a ridiculous matchup. He explained that while Crawford is a great fighter, he hasn't evolved much as he moved up in weight classes. According to Sanchez, Crawford has remained the same fighter from 135 to 147 pounds and hasn't made the necessary adjustments to compete effectively at higher weights like Canelo has. Sanchez pointed out that while Crawford has won against opponents, he hasn't been destroying them like Canelo has been. Canelo is destroying everybody he fights, but Crawford isn't, he said. He acknowledged that the fight might make good money but doesn't consider it a true contest. Meanwhile, Virgil Ortiz, who is open to fighting Crawford if he returns to 154 pounds, predicts that Crawford's undefeated record may not survive after a potential fight with Canelo. Ortiz, speaking to the Ring magazine, said, "I have a clear win for the naturally bigger man." He emphasized that while Crawford may weigh in at 180 pounds, simply adding weight doesn't mean he belongs at that weight class.
Move up to 154. How much stronger are you feeling? How much better are you feeling at 54?
I feel great. I feel strong. I feel motivated. You know, I'm just ready to go out here and do my thing.
Yeah.
Tell us about that back and forth with Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, you look a little heated there.
I ain't heated.
No?
Eddie just be throwing rocks and just saying anything that comes to his mind to make itself sound, I don't know.
Virgil Ortiz expressed that he would understand if Crawford were facing a fighter of lesser caliber. But since it's Canelo, he believes it's going to be a one-sided fight. Canelo is a top-tier fighter, and he has been dominating boxing for a long time, Ortiz stated. He continued, "I think it's going to be a very clear win for Canelo." Ortiz further elaborated, saying that Crawford tends to get hit during his fights, which could prove dangerous against someone like Canelo. "I know I'll get some criticism for saying this, but Crawford does get hit. He does, just like any other fighter. Sometimes he gets hit clean. And if you get hit clean by Canelo, it's not good. It's really not good, no matter who you are. Canelo's fast. He's not a slow puncher. He'll catch you off guard. It's just a whole different level of challenge." He concluded by urging viewers to stay connected for the best updates on boxing, saying, "For the latest news, events, and actions in boxing, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our high-quality content. Until next time, peace."